Hermes, messenger of the gods, bring you important news. Soon the gods of Olympus will vote on who is the wisest among them. I want you to be prepared. If this is a contest and this is the wisest of all, then fine, someone is come. But if this is a contest and someone else wins title of wise, then Zeus will send thunder and lightning to the earth and anger. Great disasters go ahead.
Thus spoke Hermes, the god who delivers messages from the gods of Olympus to men, and vanished, flying into the sky in his winged sandals. However, the gods' words concern the citizens. They know very well that when Zeus gets angry, he sends storms and the crops are destroyed.
The message of God Hermes disturbed the peace of my soul. I am very much afraid that bad days await us. Zeus does not win the contest.
Yes, this is terrible, but I don't understand what it means to be wise.
You mean you don't know what wisdom means?
Yes, I'm not sure I fully understand the concept.
Wisdom is one of the 4 virtues.
What does virtue mean? What are all of them? Oh, I don't understand.
A virtue is a quality of character that allows us to reach the ultimate goal of happiness. According to our great philosophers, there are 4 main virtues.
So if we understand correctly, if we adopt these 4 virtues, we will be able to be happy?
Correct.
And what are these 4 virtues that would allow us to be happy?
Courage, justice, prudence, and wisdom.
And what do these virtues mean?
Unfortunately, I'm not sure I can answer that. I do feel like I don't fully understand their meaning. I wish someone could explain it to us.
Yes, I wish someone could help explain it to us. I want to make these virtues so I can find happiness.
And maybe Lucia points out that in Greek, virtue means identity. While the young people wondered about the meaning of these great qualities, the 4 virtues, courage, justice, prudence, and wisdom, listened to them from afar. To help the kids understand their meaning, they decided to introduce themselves and explain, each in their own words, their meaning. Courage, which in Greek is called Andrea, is the first to speak.
I, courage, dare to speak first, because courage means bravery, it means boldness. Courage means recognizing the danger in front of you and going out to face it nonetheless. It means continuing to fight for your principles, for what you believe in, and for which you hold to be holy. And even though the man who has courage may be afraid, he is not a coward, because he faces his fears and fights. He has the patience and mental strength to face every difficulty he encounters, no matter how hard. So if you want to be happy, you must be brave. You must look fear in the eye and conquer it. Fight for the important things, for what you believe in, for what has value in life. That means courage.
The youth are stunned by the presence of the 4 virtues. They cannot believe what is happening in front of their terrified eyes. But how is it possible, they wonder? They were under the impression that the virtues were just simple concepts. How is it, they think, that concepts can take human form? The confusion that they are experiencing at this time is interrupted by Courage, who continues by saying the following.
Are you familiar with King Leonidas of Sparta?
Boys, Leonidas, the brave general who fought in the battle of Thermopylae, the great Leonidas who, together with a few Greeks, fought thousands of Persian soldiers and sacrificed himself for the sake of his country on the battlefield? Do you mean this Leonidas?
Yes, exactly. Leonidas is the perfect example of brave man. Even though Leonidas knew that the odds were against him, and that the enemy massively outnumbered him, and that he would likely fall in battle, he nonetheless chose to fight. He refused to back down and defended his homeland. He didn't panic, he didn't run away. And even though he gave his life, if he was given the chance again, he would do the same thing. For the sake of his ideals, for the sake of his values, and for the sake of Greece, his country.
The young Athenians now think of the battle at Thermopylae. They know just how important that battle was, because if Leonidas and the Greeks had not fought bravely, they would not be free today. They feel great gratitude and pride, not only for Leonidas, but also for all the Greeks who put their values and their homeland above their own lives. They were also pleased to finally understand what courage means. Now it's Justice's turn to explain her meaning. By the way, justice in Greek is called dikaiosune.
Justice means thinking and acting according to what is right. He who is just exercises sound, rational judgment and treats his fellow men accordingly. A just person recognizes what is right and true, even if it's not his favorite.
You know what's right and just, thus we are just.
Don't be too quick to call yourself just. First think about what you did when you saw others being wronged. Did you fight the injustice? Did you help those who are being wronged? Or did you do nothing? Because In order to be just, it's not enough to simply know it is just. You actually have to be just. You must fight for justice. Not your own, but everyone's. And if you happen to encounter crafting injustice, fight until it disappears forever from this world. And only then will you master the great virtue of justice and become virtuous.
Justice spoke the truth. The youth considered the various injustices that they encountered and ignored throughout their lives. They now know what to do if they encounter injustice again. They will follow justice's advice and fight injustice until it disappears. This they must do if they want to be happy. Now it's Prudence's turn. Prudence, as you all know, in Greek is called sophrosyne.
Sophrosyne means restraint. It means control. It means self-control. If you want to be prudent, your words and actions must be characterized by moderation. Choose to meet and avoid the extremes. Everything in moderation, as our philosophers say.
Measure for what? For what exactly should be restraint and have self-control?
In everything, in your words, in your actions, in everything. I would like to leave it to you in a more simple, everyday example so you can better understand. Let's consider you're in a conversation with your friends, and the conversation is about others who aren't present. You should neither slander nor defame them, but even if they are present, you shouldn't take pointless things, only if it's necessary. Before expressing your opinion, you should ask yourself why you are saying what you're saying. And if what you're saying isn't true or doesn't benefit anyone, it's preferred to be said.
Sophrosyne's words are targeted and measured. The youth now think of the times when they slandered others or told lies. They think of the times when their words and actions were not characterized by moderation, but by recklessness and frivolity. They decide to consider their words carefully going forward. Prudence requires us to think before speaking and acting. Because if words and actions are not characterized by prudence, they may cause harm to themselves and others. The thought of the young is interrupted by the last virtue, wisdom, which in Greek is called Sophia.
To become wise, one must first have mastered the other three virtues. One must be brave, just, and prudent to use the riches of this great, coveted virtue.
So I have courage, justice, and wisdom, and wise.
It's not enough to merely know the meaning and importance of these concepts. You must also put them into practice every day. You should face life difficulties with courage every day and fight for these virtues. When you encounter injustice, eliminate it. Every day you should exercise moderation. Banish excess from your life and look for substance. When you do these things over the years, you will acquire experience, develop sound judgment, and act according to reason. When your intentions, words, and actions overflow with love and kindness, then you will be wise. Because wisdom requires self-knowledge. Wisdom requires love. And only the man who can know himself well is capable of truly loving. He who is pure love within, only he can be considered wise.
The virtues spoke these words and left. The youth were trying to figure out whether what they just saw before them actually happened, or whether they just dreamt it. Whatever the case may be, the important thing is that they now know the meaning of these virtues. They now know that in order to live happily, they must cultivate a character of courage, justice, prudence, and wisdom. And only in this way will they be able to live a beautiful, balanced life full of love and peace. The time has passed, and the young people must go home. Tomorrow a new day dawns. Starting tomorrow, the youth are determined to do what is right, and perhaps the world may be a more beautiful and happier place to live.